Hello everyone, welcome to the next video of C programming. In this video, we learn a very interesting concept known as pointer. Which feature of C do the beginners find most difficult to understand? If you will ask this question to anyone, the answer is very easy, pointers. Other languages have pointers, but very few use them frequently, like C does. And for that only, C cleverly uses pointers, which makes it very excellent language. Okay. The difficulty beginners have with pointers has much to do with C's pointers terminology than the actual concept, because if anyone will understand the actual concept of pointer, they will never find difficulty. Okay. So that means when a C programmer says that a certain variable is a pointer, then what does that mean? Okay. So that means it is hard to see how a variable can point to something. So that means if you want to understand the concept of pointer, you have to understand the previous simple concept of a variable. That throughout this videos from the beginning, if you have understood how you are declaring a variable, how you are assigning the value, then pointer is nothing. It's very simple. Okay. So let us understand through example first of all. So what I am writing here, integer number equal to 5. Okay. So whenever I'm declaring a number as 5, what actually happens? Already I have told you. Once again, I'm telling three things will happen. What? It reserves space in memory to hold an integer value. So the value it will hold as 5. It associates the name number with its memory location, and also it will assign a memory location. Suppose the memory location is 1000. Okay. So three things will be done. One, the location name. Second, the value at the location. And third thing, the location number. So that means any variable you are declaring, these three things will happen for sure in the background. Okay. So 1000 we have taken as example, not the exact one. So if I'll print here, number equal to percentage D, comma number. Now everyone will say the value is 5. Okay. Let's see. Very simple. Number equal to 5. Okay. Nice. Now the next thing we'll do, if I can print the value of a number, can I print the address of number? So I'm writing here percentage U only because of unsigned integer. Okay, because the address is a very large number, percentage U. But how to print the address? Now in scanf we have studied if I'm giving ampersand, that means I am specifying the address of the variable. So I can write address of number. Till now we have not used ampersand in printf. We have used ampersand in scanf. But if I use ampersand in printf, that means I want to print the address of this particular variable. So whatever the compiler has assigned the memory location is going to be printed. Now check. This is what the address of number. Okay. So that means here you are dealing with two things. One, we can store the value. We can also print the address. So that means two things we have done here. I can store the value. I can access the location of that particular variable. Okay. So by keeping all these things in your mind, let us start pointer. Now, first of all, why pointer is required? Now, pointer is required to store the memory address of another variable. That means already one existing variable is there who is keeping some value, but the address of that existing variable can be stored in another variable which is known as a pointer variable. Means what? Now here if I want to store the value of number in another variable, I can write like this. Okay. So it will copy the value of number in number one. Okay. How I will know that whether it is copying or not? So I can write here value of number one is number one. Okay. So my objective is to copy the value of number into number one. I need to check whether the same value is present or not. You check what is the value of number. The same value of number one is also present. So that means here I am succeeded with copying the number or content of a variable into another variable. Okay. Similarly, I want to copy the address of number in another variable. Okay. What I need to do? I need to copy the address of one variable, existing variable in another variable. Okay. And then I want to print now see some warning is coming. Okay. And some random values are coming here. Okay. So what is that I am warning? Assignment makes integer from pointer without a cast. That means here it is not possible. That means if I want to store the value of one existing variable in another variable, then it is acceptable. But whenever I want to store the address of one variable in another variable, this is not acceptable. Why? Because both variable number and PTR of simple integer type. Okay. Now here the problem comes that whenever I need to copy if the address of one variable in another variable, then it has to be a pointer variable. So to represent a pointer variable, I have to give a star mark here, or that is also known as your asterisk. Okay. Copy the address of number in PTR. Okay. So we will write down address of number is because PTR is keeping the address of number. So if I'll print PTR, it must print the address of number. Okay. Let us see. Now check here. Address of number is this one. And here see address of number is the same value it is printing. That means we are able to store the address of one variable in another variable. And this is what the use of pointer. Okay. Pointer is nothing but it is used to store the memory address of another variable. Okay. Now it will point to the memory location where a value is stored. Now you will be understanding that what is the meaning or why pointer required. Pointer is only required whenever you need to keep the address of one variable in another variable. Okay. So here you are using two operators. One value at operator and second one is address of operator. Already ampersand we have used so that address is being printed or address you are accessing, but you have not used this star. Now what is this star is all about? Now let us write a simple example here. If I am writing integer number equal to 5. So number 5, let's assume this is 1000 location. Integer star PTR. Okay. And everything I am writing inside main. So what I am writing? PTR equal to address of number. That means PTR is another variable, maybe at 2000 location. But what PTR contains? PTR contains 1000. That means PTR is pointing to number. This is what the work of a pointer variable. That the pointer variable PTR is pointing to another variable which is having a value. Okay. So if I'm writing here a printf percentage d number, then definitely I'll be printing the value of number, that is 5. If I am writing printf percentage u ptr, that means whatever is present inside ptr, that is going to be printed, and it will give you the output 1000 because ptr keeps 1000. But here comes the use of star. If I am writing printf percentage d star ptr, now what is star ptr? Means value at address operator. So what is ptr? Now we have printed 1000. So star 1000 means what? Value at 1000. So what is value at 1000? The value at 1000 is 5. So this is what the use of my star operator. Star means it will just print the value at a particular location where it is specific. Okay. So if I write down here star ptr, now what it will print? Value of number. Okay. Let us check. If I am writing ptr, it will print the address of number. If I am writing star ptr, now whatever number is giving you the output, the same thing star ptr will give you the output. Now check. This is the last statement. Value of number is 5, that we are getting through star ptr, and value of number is 5, we are getting only through number. Okay. So if you are writing number and if you are writing star ptr, both are same. That means you are accessing the value of a variable by using its own address. Okay. And this is what the example we have discussed. And the syntax. The syntax says that you have to mention the data type, okay, of the variable, and the pointer variable must be of the same data type. That means if I want to store the address of integer variable, I have to declare a integer pointer. That's why this is known as pointer to integer. Okay, this is known as pointer to integer because the data type of pointer specifies which type of variable address is pointed by this ptr. Okay. If I'm writing character ch equal to s, then the pointer has to be a character type because from the pointer data type, it will specify which type of values address it is pointing. So this is known as pointer to character. Similarly for float and double. Okay. So the pointer data type must be same as the data type of the variable to whom it is pointing. Okay. Now same thing here, integer number 5, the example that we have discussed, the pointer is keeping the address of one existing variable. So if I am writing number, it will give you 5. If I am writing star ptr, it will give you 5. Okay. This is what a simple concept of pointer. Okay. Now let us see one more example. What is that example? Now I have written number 5 1000. Assume that ptr 2000, but it is keeping the address, so it is 1000. Okay. Now I can store the address of ptr in another variable also. Like I want to keep 2000 here. Okay. But the address of temp may be something different, 3000. Clear? Now, till now, whatever you have understood, to keep the address of one variable, I need a pointer variable. So I'll write down temp equal to address of ptr. So as for our example, it specifies address of ptr means 2000, that I am keeping inside temp. Okay. So if I print address of ptr is percentage u and you are printing temp. Okay. So let us print, compile and execute. See the same error is coming. Okay. with some random values. What is the error? The same error, assignment from incompatible pointer type. That means this is not allowed. And why this is not allowed? Till now we have studied the same thing. To keep the address of any variable, it has to be a pointer variable. But temp is also a pointer variable. Then why this warning is coming? The warning is coming because the address of a normal integer variable can be stored in a single pointer variable. But to store the address of a single pointer variable, my temp has to be a double pointer variable. Okay. Now let us compile and execute. See, there is no warning and the output is coming. That means address of PTR is this one. Okay. Now we don't need the address of PTR. Understood? We need the value at PTR. So printf value at PTR is %u, because the value of PTR is also the address of number. So I need to print how? Now star temp. Why star temp? If I write down star temp, that means value at temp. So what is temp as per our example? Now 2000. Star 2000 means value at 2000. What is the value at 2000? So it will give you 1000. That means it will give you the address of number. So value at PTR is actually the address of number. Okay. So definitely we must get that particular output. Let us check. Now check here. Address of number is this one, and say value at PTR is also this one. So that means you are sure that I can access the address of number which is present in PTR through temp. Clear? Now I will understand the original meaning of pointer. Through temp, I can access the value also of whom? The value of number. But for that, I need to write star star temp. Okay. Now let us analyze what is star star temp. Star star temp. Okay. Let us analyze in this way. So star star temp means, as per our diagram, number is 5. This is 1000. PTR 1000, 2000, and temp itself is 3000 but keeping 2000. So temp is 2000. So it will come star of 2000 means what? What is the value present at 2000? So it will be 1000. Now star 1000 means what? Value at 1000. You will get 5. Okay. So that means it must give you 5 whenever the output will come. Understood? Let us execute. Now check. Value of number is 5. Okay. So that means you have understood something about pointer. A pointer means a single pointer variable can store the address of normal integer variable. To store the address of single pointer, I have to declare a double pointer. Similarly, to store the address of double pointer, I have to declare a triple pointer variable. Okay. So that means through this video, what we have understood actually, we have understood the basics of pointer, why pointer is required, and how actually we are representing the value of a variable through pointer. So we can directly access a variable through its name. Also, you can access the address of that variable. You can access the address value of one variable to another variable known as a pointer variable. Okay. And also the same sequence can be maintained. Okay. If you will watch the video carefully, you will never get doubt in pointer. That is for sure. So start watching the video and understand it clearly. You will definitely can write down some more programs on pointer. Okay. So in the next video, we'll use the concept of pointer and we'll write some more programs. Okay. So thank you everyone for watching this video.